On February 23rd, April Furth became Deputy Clark County Manager. Recently, we spoke with Furth to learn about her background, priorities, and role in supervising a variety of departments, including community development, animal control, and public works.
Hello, I'm Jim Demo with Clark County Close-Up. Thank you so much for meeting with us.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be back.
Well, please tell us about your background.
All right. So I've spent almost my entire career leading people and making things more efficient, improving processes, I guess. And I'm deeply passionate about both those things. Over the years, I've held leadership roles both in local government and in the private sector, always centered around customer service and efficiency. I left Clark County about this time last year to become the administrator for Parks and Outdoor for Chattanooga, Tennessee. That was a wild ride, but I missed home. So when this opportunity came up, I jumped at it.
And what were your previous roles in Clark County government?
Yeah, I was the community development director for about 4 years.
So what made you jump for this job?
For the director job?
Director job.
Yeah, Clark County's growing. And with growth comes opportunity and responsibility. What drew me into this role was the chance to shape how to meet the needs of the residents in this growing environment, whether that's safe infrastructure or responsive services, planning for sustainable future.
Sure.
I'm also excited about the opportunity to support such dedicated teams. The Clark County staff has always impressed me with how hard they work, and I want to be part of that again. I'm energized by complex challenges, and we have those, so I'm excited to be back.
Yes, great. So explain for the viewers, what is the role of the Deputy County Manager, and are you overseeing certain departments?
Yeah, so the Deputy County Manager ensures that the county operations run smoothly, efficiently, and with a clear focus on serving the public. I currently oversee community development, public works, and helping to stand up the public defense office for the county. These departments have a huge impact on people's daily lives. So my role is to support department directors and align efforts with countywide priorities, help remove barriers for teams so that things run more smoothly.
Okay. So how have you been transitioning back into this role?
So the transition's been really collaborative. I'm spending a lot of time listening, meeting staff, residents, community partners, and seeing where the needs are and what can be improved and what we're doing well too. You don't want to lose that. I've also been focused on continuity, so making sure that the projects that are already underway continue to move forward. And then the county is fortunate, again, to have talented, committed employees. And so that's made the transition really good too.
Great.
People I already know.
As we previously discussed, you were Community Development Director. Can you give us an update on how busy the department is with new applications and how this will impact housing?
Yes. So community development continues to be very active, especially with residential permits. So that's encouraging because it means more housing options are coming to the market. At the same time, we know affordability and supply chain can be challenging, and we have a challenging environment as far as that goes. So our focus is to keep the permitting process as reliable, predictable, and fast as possible so that builders can keep bringing houses to the market and we can keep maintaining safe and quality standards.
Okay. Now, I believe community development has been very proactive by holding learning lab sessions on a variety of permitting processes. Can you tell us about these sessions and where people can find them?
Yeah, so learning labs, they're one of the thing I'm most proud of, the initiatives I put into place before I left. They're open, accessible sessions that teach builders and designers and the public about our processes, especially some of our processes can be very complex to someone who doesn't understand. And so we make these videos, these tutorials to show people how to do that. But we also have other things like under community development's umbrellas, animal control, code enforcement, and the fire marshal's office. And we have learning labs about those too, how to keep you safe, how to keep your pets safe. And then recently, other departments have started. So the assessor's office actually did one last year, and that was really popular. And then this year, clean water and noxious weeds will be doing one too. So, yeah. So you can find those at www.clark.wa.gov, and you go under departments, community development, and then there's learning labs. Last year's are archives, this year's are live on there. And then I really want to thank CBTV because they record them for us, and we couldn't do it without you.
Sure, and that's great. So you mentioned animal control. Summertime is, we're recording this in the middle of May, so summer is just around the corner. Can you talk about the dangers of leaving dogs in parked cars?
Yeah, that's absolutely. And today's gonna be 80, so today's a prime example. Even on a mild day though, temperatures inside a parked car can get extremely hot really fast and becoming dangerous or even deadly to pets and animals. And dogs can experience heat stroke much faster than people. I always think proportional. That's why kids are effective too. So kids and dogs, the safest choice during the summer is to actually leave your pet at home unless you can bring them inside. Our animal control officers see preventable tragedies every single day, and we just want to keep your animals safe.
Okay. And then as a reminder, why is it important to license your pets?
Yeah, licensing is one of the simplest things you can do to keep your pets safe. If we find your pet or someone else finds your pet, we can if it's licensed, we can get it back to you without it having to go into the shelter, which can be traumatizing for the animal and expensive to get your animal out. So that prevents that, but it's also critical. We use licensing fees. They're critical to finance the community services that we do, like shelter operations, enforcement, public outreach. It's a small step, but it makes a big difference. And we at Animal Control like to say, if you love your pet, license your pet.
Okay. Summer is also a busy time for parks. Can you give us an update on the Louisville Park Shelter?
Yes. So Louisville Park is one of our community's treasures and has thousands of visitors who enjoy it every year. It's my personal favorite park. I used to walk it almost every day. We've had a fire there recently in one of our historic structures. It was built before 1940. It's under an active investigation, so I can't share much about that, but the park did reopen on May 13th. And it is unfortunate. Summer is our busiest season, and it was fully booked. And so those that have to be canceled or rebooked in other locations, because all the other structures in Louisville Park were booked too. So, yeah, it's unfortunate.
Now, thinking of people go out to parks, they're usually very clean and pristine. Could you tell me how many parks does your team maintain?
Yeah, we maintain 111 parks or sites, over 7,000 acres in Clark County. And yeah, a hard-working park staff that keeps those safe, clean, and welcoming.
Amazing. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers?
Yeah, I just want to say how grateful I am to be back in the community. Clark County is a wonderful place to be and to work and to live. And I'm just committed to making sure our services are for what the residents need and want. And so I'm open to any feedback, and please reach out. If you have feedback, if you even just want a conversation, I'm here. We're here. I'm here to listen.
Okay, and what's the best way to contact you?
Yeah, that would help. The phone number for the Clark County Manager Office, which is where I'm at, is 564-397-2232. And then, or you can reach us at www.clark.wa.gov/county-manager.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with us, and welcome back.
Thank you.